to Bite-Sized Blender, where I want to give you a quick video on how to move around, how to learn Blender, and very simple, and then we're going to continue to get more complex. So right off the bat, let's hop into Blender using the general. So this is what normally you would see in Blender. Right here is a lamp or a light that if you're doing animations or any type of videos, pictures, and also there's the camera, you can utilize those. We're not going to be doing that in 3D modeling. I'm going to get rid of those. So the very first thing is rotating. So we have our basic cube here. So one of the easiest ways to rotate is just hold down the scroll button of your mouse. You're able to rotate around that axis and around that cube. Note, here in the top right, we have our X axis, which is the front face, the Z, which is the top face, and then Y, which is the opposite face there. So if I'm over here and working on my cube and I want to go back to the front, I can just hit X, and then there we go. So very easy to manipulate around and look at the object you're working on. Zoom is simply scroll in or out. You can also zoom right here if you would like. This also allows you to move the view. The little hand here allows you to pan. So you left click and you can just move around. Now, something else you're able to do, which I find a little easier, is if you hold down Shift and the scroll button on your mouse, you're able to pan as well. It could be either way, but I find that a little easier. So one thing that helped me, or I guess I wish I knew when I started, let's say let's do it this way. Let's say I was working and I don't know, glitched. Something happened. I messed up. Now look, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what to do. I don't have my cube. I don't have my reference point. I don't have anything. My whole coordinate system's gone. How do I get back? So if you go to view and you do frame selected, well, first I'd probably have to select the cube, right? So I could select that cube over here and then do frame selected. That will bring me back to where I was. And then I can do Q or that X, and then there we go. We're back where we just started. So that is really handy if you're working with a lot of models, or you're working on one model and you zoomed in too much and you become disoriented. So now with our remaining time, I want to just cover the workspace very quickly. Again, keeping it very simple. So up here, our work bar, there is a lot of settings and parameters that we can use for object mode. Some of this is for sculpting. Some of it is for animations. We're not going to use all of it. I'm mainly interested in just the modeling. I don't know much about the animations or any of that. Over here to the left, if we want to edit our cube, we can do so by a lot of the panes over here on the left. We'll get into that in the next video. Down here, this is by default right here, and that's if you have animations, you can play and see the animations. Again, we don't need to worry about that. Top right, this is our scene. So if you have multiple models that maybe at some point you're going to combine together, or you are making some type of scene, like you want to work on, I don't know, 2 different Pokemon or 2 different models at the same time to see if they look good and are sized together, you can see them right here. And then over here in the bottom right, there are a lot of modifiers, and there's a lot of parameters, tools, operations that can be put and used on this cube that, again, we will get to in the next video. These are meant to be quick, easy to watch, easy to learn, give you an opportunity to try it yourself. That is moving around in Blender. That is the basic workspace, and we will be back next time going further in depth and maybe starting doing and modeling a bit on our cube. Thanks for watching.